You only need to know one word to understand this video. That's what it's all about. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale Bburago Ferrari 488 GTB. Bburago's an Italian firm, so they do especially good jobs on their Ferraris. This one came out of a 6-car pack that I got at a local discount store a couple of years ago. The piece has already been customized and given away. I love a good Ferrari. Second to Porsche on my cool scale, and I've been able to visit the factory in Maranello, Italy. That's a bonus of living where I do over here in Europe. This is the legal street version of the 488, but I found a cool-looking livery on a website called Trading Paints, where people add custom car liveries to iRacing cars. There you can design your own look or race with pre-made paint schemes shared from the community of painters. Thought I'd try to replicate one, which I like the best. In the end, it's going to be a 488 GT3 Evo. I put all my cars in this little bench vise for safety when I'm disassembling them, and I'm using a 4.5mm drill bit, although these are just plastic rivets and they come out quite easily this time. So, let's see what I've got to work with. It's a die-cast body with accurate lines, but it's not quite Rosa Corsa red, the color the FIA established for all Italian racing cars. This is a nice sport interior with that exposed mid-engine. I'll dress that up a bit. Plastic chassis and wheels. Bburago often uses this metal strip as a suspension piece. Rear diffuser. I'll put a chin spoiler up front to turn it into a race car. And I'll swap out those wheels. The one-piece glass needed a little bit of persuasion to come out, but that's all it took. I like that black trim. That'll match the livery I'm going for. Nice little kit. I'm not going to paint strip this casting because it's already in red, but I will scuff up the surface a little bit and degrease it in preparation for a new paint job that'll be more fitting to the Ferrari stable of race cars. This is from Kaleido Colorworks, aptly named Italian Racing Red. I'll give it a total respray, even though only the hood and the doors are going to end up being bright red. I'm using an Aventus tailor-made airbrush by Gaahleri. It has a 0.4mm needle. That's actually a big difference in color, and I'm happier with it like this. There's lots of good stuff coming up on my channel, starting with a Honda Civic EG rally car. I've got a classic Javelin AMX Resto mod. Don't forget to circle March 14th for the Porsche 6 event. And look out for my next Ken Block special, the Hunatron. Each one worth a return visit, I think, so I hope you will. I've printed out a couple of different full-page pics of the iRacing livery that I'm trying to replicate. First step is to mask off the new red paint job, which has been clear-coated to prevent tape peeling. Gotta be careful here because the eye is not always completely trustworthy. I look at it from a few different angles, make some adjustments until I'm happy with the way that looks. If you're doing some masking, a little tip is to take a toothpick and just press that into any of the shot lines on the car so you don't get any bleed through when you airbrush over top. It's worth taking my time on this crucial step. Everything that's left exposed will be shot in black. From the Kaleido Colorworks Auto Color set, I'm using Cosmic Black. All of their paints can go directly into your airbrush with no thinners or reducers. They're absolutely great paints. It's a high gloss finish like the Italian Racing Red is, so it not only will be a good match, it makes a striking contrast too. The 488 is a mid-engine sports car produced by Ferrari. It replaced the 458 and was the first mid-engine Ferrari to use a turbocharged V8 since the F40. The car is powered by a 3.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, smaller in displacement but generating a higher power output than the 458's naturally aspirated engine. The 488 GTB was named the Supercar of the Year for 2015 by Car Magazine Top Gear, as well as becoming Motor Trend's 2017 Best Driver's Car. It really was an all-around hit. Today's diecast community shoutout goes to the YouTube channel Harry's Diecast Garage. Let's all work together to get him up to 100 subs, which is an exciting milestone. The link is in the description. I often fall back on these nail art tape strips, which are the perfect size for 1:64 scale models if you're doing some pinstriping. According to my inspiration photos, I need some yellow pinstripes between the black and the red on the hood, the roof, and the doors. I could never paint anything this fine, so if you ask me, this is the way to go. You should know that it does need clear coat for full adhesion, but that's a step that's coming anyways. Look at that. I swapped out the original Bburago plastic wheels for this upgraded set of Samed wheels with real rubber. I'm going to black out the rims. The engine shows clearly through the rear glass, so it's well worth taking about 60 seconds to highlight these nice details with a silver pen. Small job, big difference. I also added some cross struts for accuracy. Whenever I'm doing a race car, I want to add some safety harnesses as well. That's done by printing them out on plain copy paper, taking care to black out the edges, and securing them with Mod Podge. Now for the minute sponsor decals. Again, I'm going by my inspiration picks. I lay down some ghost white decals as a base. Look at the transformation that happens instantly. Reverse image on the other side. Notice even the tiny sponsors on the side skirts. Those are small. Colored decals go on top of the ghost white base layer when they're dried up. Then I add the number rondos on the roof and the doors. The one and only 3D print job on this project is for the rear wing. It came out looking like this. I get such great detail on my Elegoo Saturn IV Ultra resin printer, with a quick shot of cosmic black. Sides of the wing are red according to the pics, and they'll get decaled up nicely too when that's all dry. On the new rubber Samed wheels, I put some white paint around the edges so that I could put some Pirelli P0 decals on there. And then all I have to do is black out the white background. Also a nice touch for realism. They got clear coated for full adhesion, and now I can put them over top of the blacked out Samed rims. Those look just like the pics that I printed. The 488 headlights got painted over in that initial red respray, so I resort to some homemade 2-layer decals. Pick up all the details on them. 2 coats of Kaleido gloss varnish ensure that the pinstripes and decals are fully adhered and give everything a beautiful finish. As you can see here, everything cured in my dehydrator for a couple of hours so I can handle it now and put all the pieces back together. I added a Ferrari logo across the top of the windshield, of course. There's my detailed interior with racing harnesses, detailed mid-engine with cross struts, and I'm most proud of those P0 tires. They came out looking so good. I'll wait till everything's put back together, and then I'll add the very delicate rear wing as a final touch, as well as a scratch-built chin spoiler. I always invite you to leave respectful comments below. Thank you for helping me keep this channel family-friendly. Tell me what your favorite Ferrari is and why. I've never been inside of one. Love to know if you've taken one out for a track day or have one in the driveway. Take a moment and brag a little bit. Good fit, good tire rotation on all 4 corners, and as I said, the rear wing will go on last. And here it is, as we take a closer look. I made a scratch-built chin spoiler for the front to give it the real race car look. I put a lot of work into this one, especially the homemade decals that I sourced on Google Images, sized them to scale. Sometimes they were 2 layers, which takes a little bit extra work, but in this case, well worth the effort. I love the 2-tone paint scheme, accented by the yellow pinstriping. Everything just works well together, It looks just like the inspiration pics that I found. I'm well pleased with this week-long effort. Street legal and still looking super fine. It's a Ferrari after all. But I hope you'll agree with me. This looks stunning. So whoever came up with this livery on the Trading Paints website, tip of the hat to you. I'd love to see it in real life. Check it out from all angles. There aren't any bad ones. Sure was a fun build, and I appreciate you visiting today and taking time to watch till the end. Come on back soon, and often. It's coffee time.